In my life, I've had a lot of ups and a lot of downs. I have good memories, and there are things I deeply regret. I carry burdens of my past. I carry a lot of guilt into my future. But we are human. We make mistakes, some bigger than others, but I reach my low. But it's only up from here. My name is SonTran, and this is my story. So I mentioned the phrase up from here a lot in whether it's my merch or in my bio on Instagram or whatever, or even in songs. Like, I mentioned that a lot because I thought of that when I was listening to a song called Ghost by Whit Lowry. So one of the lines was, "Where do you go when there's nowhere to go?" And I thought about that, like that one lyric like connected with me a lot, and I started questioning, like, where do I go? And the first thing that came to my mind was up from here. And I started thinking about it more because you don't have to hit rock bottom to change, whether yourself, your situation, anything. You don't have to wait for that. You can change it whenever. I didn't have to go through what I did to think how I do now. And I didn't want people to like wait till they hit rock bottom to finally starting to go up from here. Even if you do, if you hit rock bottom, you can't go any further because you've already hit rock bottom. So if you can't go any further, where else do you go? And so I started thinking, it was like up from here. And no matter how many times like you fall, you get back up, you still get up. You can't just fall and lay there forever and stay in that situation forever. And it's easier said than done, but when you go through a certain situation in your life where you're in like a hard situation, it's easier said than done to just leave. But sometimes you can't leave that situation. So like it takes courage within yourself to, get yourself out of that situation. And a lot of situations where, you're scared to leave, but it takes steps. It takes like a process, but it all starts with you. And like I said, and if you hit rock bottom and you can't go any further, where else do you go? It's only up from here. Because Rob told me, and he says this at all of his shows, it's like, keep walking because somebody out there needs your story. And I'm here because I feel like somebody out there needs my story. Whether it's when you're trapped in your thoughts all alone and you feel like nobody's listening to you or nobody hears you, and you feel weak and you feel worthless and you feel just insignificant to everyone around you. I feel as though I can share my story so you wouldn't have to hit rock bottom like I did to start making the changes in your life or making the changes around you, or starting to just going forward and like moving past certain situations. And a lot of times with mental illness, they give you medication, and like, I'm not against medication. The thing is, it's when I had my medication, it was just kept going up, the doses, and I didn't really know what it was like for. And it was just always, here, take this or take this. And a lot of times I started to lose myself because the more medications I took, I didn't even know who I was. But I'm not against medication at all. Like, if it helps, then it helps. But then there's a certain point where you gotta figure out where the boundaries are with medication. And I never spoke about that in my music, but I just can't find like the words to say how I was feeling during that time, because I didn't even know who I was at that time. And now, like, looking back, I'm thinking a lot more and starting to use it like as a way to cope and to share my story. And no matter who you are watching this, no matter who you are anywhere in the world, whatever dream you have or whatever goal you want to reach, whether it's as simple as tipping a waiter $5 that day, or a bigger dream like being an architect or being a musician, or being an actor, whatever dream you have, no matter what it is, don't listen to everyone else. Because a lot of people that like I've met or I used to be friends with, it's like they want you to succeed, they want you to do good. Even with this music, they want me to do good, they want me to succeed in it, but they don't want to see me do better than them. And that's when I had to realize that I needed to like start changing my outlook and starting to not surround myself with people who lift you up only to bring you down. So whatever dream you have, don't stop. Because I never thought I would be doing this. I never thought I would share my story. I never thought I would tell anyone my story. I never thought I would be writing music. I never thought I would be, recording songs, releasing songs, making music videos. Even this docu-series or whatever you would call this, I never thought I would be doing that. Not in a million years. But I had to find that strength and that courage and that confidence in myself to do it. Because nobody else could force me to do this. And I hope that I've given someone inspiration to go chase their dream, continue to live their life out of a dark time, or help them push through that dark time in their life. Or I've hoped that I've given inspiration and motivation to anyone that has a dream, that wants to do something. And I've also hoped that I've helped someone, make them feel like they're not alone. And that's the biggest thing for me. It's like, I'm not doing this for me. Just like Rob says, I'm not here for me. I'm here for other people. And so are you. You're not here for you. You're here for other people. And I think that's so powerful. And that is so true, because I'm not doing this for me. I want to do this because I know how it felt when I was all alone and I didn't have anyone by my side. I release songs, I write songs that comes from my heart, and I just want to help people and let them know that no matter what situation you are in your life, or whatever situations you were in, I'm thankful that I have this, I guess, platform to be able to share my story. And no matter what situation you've been in, it's just, I'm glad that you're still here. I'm glad that you pushed through that. I'm glad that you're still, living. And I'm glad that you found the strength in you to push through, to continuing to push through. And no matter what situation you've been in, it's up from here. And here's what I want. If you're watching this, go out and do something, whether that helps other people, and whether it's donating to a charity, giving food to a food bank, Or even sending someone a text message like, hey, how are you? Haven't talked in a while, like just seeing how you are. Something as simple as that, or anything. And like, the more you do that, like I started doing that like a year or so ago, and the more I did it, the better I felt. Not like, not about myself, but like I felt good giving, or even sending a text message. And I'm not saying, you know, go out and give $5,000 to a charity. Like, that's great, but it could be something as simple as a text. Or even if you do give $5,000, let's say I do that, and I sit here saying, oh yeah, look at me, I did this. It's not about me. It's not making myself feel better that, oh, look at me, I did this. It's the feeling you have in your heart when you give. That's something I can't describe. So whatever it is you're passionate about, whatever charity you're passionate about that you want to contribute in, go do it. No one is stopping you other than you, and no one is going to drive you to do that other than you. I just want people to just stay strong. A lot of times, like, I say this a lot, and it's just like, it didn't make anyone stronger within a day. Just like how when you're working towards a goal, you're not an overnight sensation, right? Unless you are, then that's great. But a lot of things in life doesn't happen overnight. It starts progressing, but you have to take that step. Or even when you break an arm, you don't get a brand new arm the next day. It starts getting stronger within days, weeks, months. Or if you have mental illness. Now, me looking back, clearly it didn't make me stronger within a day or overnight, because that thought process is just, I don't get it. It's like, it didn't make me stronger within 12 hours or 24 hours. I've worked at my mental state and my emotional state for however many years, and since June 17, it's been 2 years. And like, certain times I still think I'm weak, but I know that I was stronger than who I was before, because I started taking the steps and the changes in my life to get to that place. I just think that thought process is just, I don't get it personally. No matter what, you are strong. And like Rob says, keep walking, because someone needs your story. And I'm so grateful and thankful that I was able to be at that show, and now be at so many of these other shows that I've been at, and to see the impact and to see the breakthroughs makes my heart feel good. I just want everyone to know that no matter what, keep going, keep fighting. It's only up from here.
I just want everyone to know I felt the same hurt, same pain. Let's come together. Let the world know that our story isn't over, that it's only just begun. I've been talking to God, and look, man, I'm found. I've been talking to God, and look, man, I'm found. I'm found. You make me